Welcome to Looking for Geeks. My name is Kane, and I'm joined once again by Bailey.
Hi.
And we've got an exciting little thing here. Games Workshop just re-released their Lord of the Rings / The Hobbit battle game. And we have here the starter set that is the Battle of Pelennor Fields. So I thought we'd show this off, and Bailey's a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, so she's gonna...
Slightly disappointed there's no elves in this.
Yeah, not this time, but we're gonna get the book that has the elves in it, and we'll get some elves for that later, because the whole thing is it's a competitive game, but it's also big on narrative play. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of scenarios you can play out, like all the scenarios from the movies and books, of course. Mm-hmm. So let's get this thing opened up. Let's take the plastic off. Yeah, shake.
It's very heavy, by the way.
This is, I think I got it online, and it was almost 7 pounds.
Oh.
But I think that's because the hardbound rulebook is in there.
Oh.
So it's a complete game.
That's nice. It comes with the book.
Yeah, it's got the whole thing, so you really don't have to add a whole lot to it. You can just add more stuff if you want to.
Look at this.
Oh, that's pretty. Check this out. Along the sides, you've got Elven the Script. Fancy. And this is a heavy box. Games Workshop's old stuff used to be like really basic cardboard. This is a board game box that would stand up to a beating. I think I might use this later and put some foam in here and put the assembled miniatures back in the box, because this is going to hold up for a while. Alright, what do we got? A whole lot of plastic. I'm trying to see. There's a lot of models in here. I think, what was it, 85 models?
And there's some big ones.
Yeah, there's
supposedly somewhere in there.
Really big stuff. So let's see what we got. Looks like some Riders of Rohan there. And the ghost. Where's the ghost name? I can never remember. It's from The Return of the King, the big fight, the Battle of Pelennor Fields, where the party comes back with the ghost army.
Oh my gosh, look how cute and little.
Yeah, they're really great quality. These are some older sculpts from 2007, so they're not as sharp as some more modern miniatures. However, they still look really good.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Especially for how many you're getting in the box. It's well worth the investment. I worked it out, it's like $2 a model. And some of these, there's a couple of the big ones. The big one is $60 by itself usually, so it's quite the deal. Oh, and here's the horses for the Riders of Rohan. It looks like there's a half dozen of those, and a bunch of ghosts.
Accessory pieces.
What is that?
I think there's a bunch of extra bits.
Oh, that's neat. That's always nice to have. Huh. Oh, I bet you that's so you can equip the leader of your Riders of Rohan, make him look like extra special.
Alright. With your weapon of choice and so on.
Alright, some more horses. Oh, and there's the footmen from Rohan. Very nice. And there's some orcs. Some motor orcs. What's that?
More, I think this is like horse accessories.
Oh, that's King Theoden.
Oh.
Yeah, you actually get King Theoden on foot and on horseback.
I was like, why is this one so fancy? Like, well, that's why.
That is actually the one new model in this box that was not released before.
Minus the head. The head's not.
Oh, I bet you. I wonder if it's on this one. The special accessory sprue.
I'm like, there's no head.
Oh yeah, that looks like Theoden. Because he's got the really fancy scale armor. Take a close look at that.
I was like, you wanted to customize your horse.
Yeah.
No, it's just...
Very nice detail on that, too. Wow. Yeah, and the Celtic style knotwork is really beautiful. And, that looks like one piece of, I don't know how many.
What?
This is the Fellbeast.
Yeah, there's wings.
It's a lot of Fellbeast. And this is, I looked it up, and this is normally a $60 kit by itself. So this is quite the value.
Probably the stand for that.
Yep, I bet you that's it. A little round top here usually goes like underneath the body. That way it looks like it's floating.
Directions.
Aha! You can see on the end of the sprue, you can have him as just a ring wraith or as the Witch King.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, so here's the regular ring wraith. And then there's the Witch King. Cool. So yeah. Yes. Oh, some more orcs. Here's the other really big one. This is a Mordor Troll. Now I actually have one of the previous sets from the second movie, although it came out after the third movie. They've done a lot of box sets. It was the Mines of Moria, and that had two of them of the cave trolls. Had two of the cave trolls from that because I bought 2 copies of it because I've got so many Moria goblins, and I have a Balrog, so we can do the entire chase through.
Where is this? I haven't seen this.
I'll show you when we go back upstairs.
Oh
It's really cool. So here is the instruction pamphlet. It looks like that's, oh wow, that really is for everything, because most of the models are like
duplicates.
Well, it's that, and it's like 3 to 5 pieces.
Yeah.
So they're all super simple to put together, which is actually one of the things I really like about this. A lot of Games Workshop games, the models are super complex. Even if they have like 2 pieces, they'll have pouches and bags and little just paraphernalia all over them that in a realistic war game would look ridiculous.
Yeah.
And because this is a much more realistic setting than Warhammer, you've got your soldier. And your soldiers are just going to have armor.
Slightly more realistic than Warhammer.
A little bit. So you've just got your armor, your shield, and your weapon. That's it. No bags, no fancy accoutrements. All right, so got a big bag of bases for all these guys.
Yeah.
That's a lot of guys.
You got your Christmas die.
It's an interesting choice of colors.
Yeah, interesting choice of colors.
All right, what else is in here? All right, well, here's the big one. This is the rules manual. Now,
Pretty.
this has the full rules to play the game, including apparently a lot of optional rules if you want to have like some really deep stuff. Like you can do the whole siege from the 2 towers, and it has rules on how to use all those special siege engines and stuff.
Have you seen this book before? Or?
I haven't looked through it, but I've been looking online because I've really been looking forward to this. It's Middle-earth strategy battle game, originally called Lord of the Rings strategy battle game, but now they've combined them, Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. And it's a great system. It's really easy to play. It's actually one of the easiest ones to learn, but it's also got some of the most depth.
Are you going to open that as well? Or?
Oh, sure. Yeah,
I'm curious about any artwork that's inside.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be mostly from photos from the movie and miniatures, I bet. Let's take a look. Oh, it's got a nice cloth bookmark attached too, so that's always handy. Awesome book. Oh, yes. Pretty.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Of course, you start with a map.
It wouldn't be Tolkien without a map. Got some really nice shots from the movies. Some great
Survivors of Lake Town.
Isengard. Selection of the models, and shows you the colors that they default to. And, oh, lots of scenarios.
Oh, cool.
Different things you can play. So a lot of great stuff here. Let's see that.
Yeah,
And here's why they chose that color dice. Because they went with that color of rulers as well.
Oh.
So we have color-coded green for Rohan and red for Mordor. So, like, I guess that makes sense. Rohan did tend to wear a lot of green, so that makes some sense. And red for anything that the eye touches.
I like how they show people playing the game.
It's always helpful. Just in case you didn't know how this is played.
Although
it's
they're standing, no one stands.
When you play a game like this, you do.
Oh, with the actual...
Yeah, when you're playing a miniature game like this, because you've got to be over the battlefield.
The actual environment?
Yeah, because you got to be able to reach in there and move your guys around. So it takes a little bit more athleticism than most tabletop games. It's not saying much.
Yeah, I've never played anything with terrain, so...
We'll have to do that.
We have to do this sometime.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll force some of our friends, right?
We got some nice counters here. We've got a cavalry charge, some markers for the different spells in the game, because unlike what some people think, there's magic in this setting. There's not a lot of magic, but the magic there is powerful.
It's a picture of a really ugly Legolas figure. Kind of looks like a zombie. And a dwarf.
Wow.
Looks like a zombie dwarf.
It's really pale. That's weird.
And just its proportion.
Oh, and this is the second book. This is the scenarios and profiles. Now this includes all the stats for all the models in the box, as well as a gameplay summary on the back, so you can kind of, once you've read the rules, it gives you just a rundown so you don't have to open the big rule book every time.
That's cool. That's
It's really
nice.
handy. And then it has, looks like, yeah, it gives you a little intro here, first battle with this box set, and goes through just a little campaign to teach all the different parts of the system. Very nice. And the painted figures are great, especially seeing on that professional terrain is really neat. Oh, and here's our big boy, the Witch King on the Fell Beast. Very nice.
This is a really nice book.
Yeah, it is excellent. Their production values, Games Workshop production values are just amazing. They do a wonderful job.
Yeah, special rules.
Oh yeah, they've really streamlined this edition from what I've heard. Everything used to be like kind of, they'd have different abilities on each profile, whereas now it's like they've got more of a database of here's all the different abilities in the game. And certain armies can have those more often than others, and they might act a little bit differently depending on your army. But it's a little more codified to make it a more cohesive, simple to learn game. So all in all, this is a beautiful box set. We've got the full rule book, which I believe retails for $60 by itself.
See how many pages it is. It's like over 200 pages.
Yeah, there's a lot of content. All those scenarios.
Yeah, and then was this like
art? Oh yeah, they've got pictures of
every single. Ooh, the Rivendell one. Dang, look at that Elrond on a horse.
Yeah.
I just have to share. Look at Elrond. Go Elrond. You got a nice figure.
And they just announced that they are going to be reprinting a lot of those old models that have been out of print for a few years. So I have to pick up a few of those and run some of these special scenarios.
Oh, cool.
And there is another book out currently that is the Lord of the Rings Companion that has all the stats for every model that is from the Lord of the Rings era. There's another one coming that's going to be everything from The Hobbit. So it's going to have the whole scenario, all the different scenarios to play in, all the stats for all the different models. And I get the feeling we're probably going to see some things from before then as well. And of course we do have that new Amazon series coming. So maybe
when does that come out? When is that dropping?
I don't know.
I feel like it's going to be years still. But
I think they're going to fast track it.
That and The Witcher, they're going to come out at the same time, and then no one's going to know what to choose.
Well, Game of Thrones is ending though, so
that's good,
that's going to leave a big hole for fantasy. So
who needs Game of Thrones? We need The Witcher and we need Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really, really good time for some fantasy TV.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And hopefully Games Workshop will really jump on that and keep supporting this Lord of the Rings game, because this looks great. We'll get these all put together and gonna run through the campaign that comes with it, and we'll grab the other book and get maybe some other games of the other Lord of the Rings scenarios. And once the Hobbit book comes out, we'll play around with that too.
Yeah.
And so for now, we'll leave you with this and show you what we come up with later. Thanks for joining us.